Hello there, my name is Ben and welcome back. So you'll probably remember about a year ago I made a video saying that I was going to remake a load of the Call of Duty Zombies songs, and so for the last year we have been doing that, and they sound, well, you're about to hear how one of them sounds, but the most exciting part is they're free. They weren't free to remake, they cost a fortune to redo, but they're free for you, and it's just a thank you for all of your years of support and generosity and kind-heartedness, and to the wider Call of Duty community, not just our community, to the wider community. Guys are amazing. I mean, it's some absolute fucking idiots as well, but with age comes a bit of clarity, and so that will change. And you know, the toxicity, you can suck out the poison anywhere, and but we don't have any of that in our community, and it's amazing. And talking about that, if you want to see behind the scenes of any of these and to hear all of the songs except one of them, which I want to keep as a secret, you can go onto the Patreon, my Patreon, which is patreon.com/Hurt Records. Go on there, you can see I do vlogs, live streams, there's early access to these songs, specifically these songs. There's like alternative versions of songs. We had a whole Christmas live set thing that we did. It was fucking amazing. It's been really good fun, and so I suggest you go and have a look and check it out. I do reactions to news and other people's songs and stuff as well. It's fucking madness over there, so check that out. And these are all on there, so you can come on, you can look back and you can see which songs we're doing. You can see all of them. Anyway, today I thought we would start with the first single, and they're going to be 12 singles, and then at the end of those 12 releases the album will come out. The first song we're looking at today is a song called Carrion, which was on Black Ops 2, as you'll remember, and Transit, or Green Run, and it was kind of a make or break thing for me. Carrion, it's the first song we started tracking, and it's make or break because I didn't like the original version. I found it really grating for some reason, like the repetitive nature of the kind of almost like mantra, Carrion, carry on, Carrion. It and the performer Clark S. Nova, I'm sure he's a lovely guy, but the actual vocal performance was, I just think they didn't have enough time. I put it down to time or budget maybe, or equipment or knowledge. I don't know what, but it didn't sound as good as it could, I don't think. And it was the only song I was really worried. There was actually, no, there's two songs that were like that, and the first ones we did just to get them out of the way to make sure we could make them better. So I redid the vocals entirely, kind of rethought the vocals, so there's an entire layer of backing vocals, almost like a choir thing going on, and all the way through. And there's like chording screams at some point in my one, which I only found out in a live stream last night, that I was chording screams, like multiple layers of screaming to make chords. I've never done that before. I didn't even notice it until I played it back. But it's a big step up from the original, and I'll play it to you. But basically, just a little bit of rundown before we do that. A little bit of rundown on what that record is. So the drums are all performed by Steve Muncaster, who did percussion, and I did some percussion as well. Johnny Hall, or Johnny from Heck, the band Heck, did some guitars. I did some guitars as well, so Johnny and I did guitar. I did all the bass, I did all the synths, piano, keyboards, all the normal stuff I do, fucking everything else basically. Fucking one-man army here. What's it, all the gear, no idea? No, that's not it. Although I like that. Let's run with that. And then I do the vocals, and then Almora does a load of vocals as well. And if you haven't heard her record, go and listen to Overcast, because I still listen to it all the time. Very proud of that record. So that's the kind of band. And then in terms of production, I'm producing them all here and mixing and mastering myself as well, because I can, and they sound great. In fact, I sent them to a mastering engineer and he kept asking me who had mixed it, which was surprising because I don't normally mix my own stuff. So hopefully you enjoy it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to bring up Carrion now. Actually, the last thing is that we filled 16 of these notes just changing the song. So when you hear the songs, know that they have changed. So you're going to know and love various parts of the song. And I'm hoping I haven't changed it so it's, that especially Carrion's not changed so it's unrecognisable. But there are a few that really have changed. Just to make them more, I feel, interesting, and to cut out the bits which were just a bit unruly or a bit boring. You know, everyone has, even there's parts of my songs that are boring-ish. So, like, you know, just get rid of the bits that no one really enjoys and then figure out how to change them so that it's more kind of appealing in a broader sense, and in terms of like an album as well, because these 12 songs needed to work in an album format as well. And to think of them as an album and like interlace the story, that's been really exciting. From someone who writes Zed, like figuring out the story, finally having a chance to totally unveil the story for you. Because I know there's probably like loads of YouTubers who say this is the story. Well, the very last track on this album is something very special, and it's not a song. I'll just leave it at that. And I feel like you're going to have a lot of time for that. Anyway, so let's get on with Carrion. So we've got the original Carrion, which is a bit quiet, so I've had to boost it up just so, because when you're listening to things like this, inevitably, if it sounds louder, it sounds better. Well, I didn't want that to be the case. I wanted to win on merit, not just because it was fucking louder. So what we'll do is we will play them back next to each other. I'll keep switching between them at various sync points. The only thing is mine's a bit faster, so faster than the original, because the original was a little bit draggy. When it was played with real drums, it felt a bit draggy. So we had to just speed it up a little bit. So the switching may not be the exact part of the same song, because one song is slightly faster than the other, things like that. That's it. And again, I didn't remake this to outshine anyone or anything like that. I just wanted to remake and bring my own versions of these songs. Think of them as covers. That's what I do. And just really fucking extensive covers. So yeah, let's have a listen, shall we? So this is Carrion. Again, the original one versus my one. We will start with, who will we start with? Let's start with the original. And we will switch back and forth now between mine and the original. Let's have it. Like a dreamer. In fact, what we'll do is let's have my intro now. Let's have my intro, and then we'll hear that in context. Like that dream when I'm falling and calling out, my resistance is silent. I can feel but I still can't control myself. Please fall. So let's switch between those two now. Let's go back to the original. We'll switch between those two as we have it. Like a dream where I'm falling and calling out, my resistance is silent. I can feel but I still can't control myself. Please forgive me now. Shadow, nothing, all I am. Stalking, killing, cold like now was born from eternal night. Fire, final right, and I need Carrion. Neurons fire when I violate. Pupils stop. Okay, so I don't want to ruin too much of this. So we'll skip forward. Let's skip forward to. Let's go to the second chorus. And we will play it from there, and we'll have a bit of the bridge afterwards. So let's start with his. Never to atone and forever carry on. Now let's skip ahead a little bit to the part we call Dissension, which leads on to a low riff section here. So you'll hear which part I'm talking about. There was a problem with this, which is that in his version of that low riff thing, I think the wrong note is played the entire time. Very strange choice of note, considering... Well, let's hear his ramp up to that original, then listen to mine and see which sounds like the correct one. It was just a very strange choice. Maybe it was done on purpose. Maybe there's an Easter egg in there. I don't know. Let's have a listen to his first.
Carry on. Carry on.
Okay, now let's have mine from the same section.
Carry on.
The longest fucking scream. Let's move on a little bit. We're actually into the one section on to the solo. And this was played by Johnny Hall, actually, on a really different type of guitar that had a kind of an inbuilt Sustainiac thing going on. You'll hear, let's hear the original version and then my solo. Well, Johnny's solo. Okay, let's have ours. Okay, and then just let's switch between the last two choruses. Again, there's no strings on this one, which is annoying because I want to show you the house. I want to show you how big some of these songs are now. Like, they're fucking epics. They're actually epics. Like, let's have the original chorus.
I was born from eternal night by infernal right, and I need you carry on. Neurons fire when I violate, pupils dilate, and I feel you carry on. I break doom in this fire.
Okay, and here's my ending chorus.
I was born from eternal night by infernal right, and I need you carry on. Neurons fire when I violate, pupils dilate, and I feel you carry on. I bring doom into firelight, your entire life.
So, I don't want to ruin it. So, this will be out on the 15th. So, not long on your preferred streaming platforms. It'll also be available on Hurt Records. If you go to hurtrecords.com now, you'll see it on the artists. It will now say Call of Duty Zombies or something like that. Call of Duty, I can't remember. It'll be available on that page for free. And that's an interesting one because that one features the artworks. And I haven't talked about the artworks yet. So, the artworks for all of these were created by hand by me and a guy called Derek McCracken for every song. And each song has a few artworks tied in with it. And you'll see those obviously as they happen. And everything's hand typed. All the text is like an actual typewriter text and things like that. And also on the album artwork, you will see a lot of my original concepts for Call of Duty Zombies. Many of which you may recognise from in the games, suspiciously. So that's exciting to share all of that as well. There's been, I had some videos over the years that were all, also used in games as well, as you saw in the last few years as well. But there was a video from like 8 years ago, which only just happened, like in Vanguard. So there's a load of shit going on. It's just constantly pumping, and so it's an exciting time. Thank you so much for your support again, and get on the Patreon, come and have a look, and come and hear these songs as well, and come and get involved because we miss you, and this is for you. This is my love letter for you. And if you'd like to see more of this exact thing where I show the difference between the songs and anything like that, then let me know. Leave a like, comment, do whatever the fuck you want. Become on the Patreon. It's an exciting time. And I can't wait to bring you these songs, and I hope you love them and keep them in your pocket and don't tell anyone about them. They're just for you. So have a good day, and genuinely thank you. Like, you know I'm fucking mental, but I'm sincerely saying thank you to you, because I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys who have supported this for the longest time. I'm genuinely saying thank you for that. And I will see you on the Patreon and the Discord in a bit.